Lesson 2, for January 4th to 11th, 2020. From Jerusalem to Babylon. Brought to you by the Advent Band Ministry. Friday, January 10th. From the book Education, page 54, by Ellen G. White, we read, Daniel and his companions in Babylon were, in their youth, apparently more favored of fortune than was Joseph in the earlier years of his life in Egypt. Yet they were subjected to tests of character scarcely less severe. From the comparative simplicity of their Judean home, these youth of royal line were transported to the most magnificent of cities, to the court of its greatest monarch, and were singled out to be trained for the king's special service. Strong were the temptations surrounding them in that corrupt and luxurious court. The fact that they, the worshippers of Jehovah, were captives to Babylon, that the vessels of God's house had been placed in the temple of the gods of Babylon, that the king of Israel was himself a prisoner in the hands of the Babylonians, was boastfully cited by the victors as evidence that their religion and customs were superior to the religion and customs of the Hebrews. Under such circumstances, through the very humiliations that Israel's departure from his commandments had invited, God gave to Babylon evidence of his supremacy, of the holiness of his requirements, and of the sure result of obedience. And this testimony he gave, as alone it could be given, through those who still held fast their loyalty. End of quote. And this brings us to our 3 discussion questions. 1. In class, talk about the various cultural and social challenges that you face as Christians in your society. What are they, and how can the church as a whole learn to respond to them? 2. Think about how easy it would have been for Daniel and the others to have compromised their faith. After all, the Babylonians were the conquerors. The Jewish nation had been defeated. What more proof was needed that the Babylonian gods were greater than the God of Israel? And thus Daniel and his companions needed to accept that fact. In this case, what important biblical truths might they have held onto that helped sustain them during this time? And we will look at Jeremiah 5:19. And it shall come to pass, when ye shall say, Wherefore doeth the Lord our God all these things unto us? Then shalt thou answer them, Like as ye have forsaken me, and served strange gods in your land, so shall ye serve strangers in a land that is not yours. And, Jeremiah 7:22-34. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt, concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices, but this thing commanded I them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your God, and ye shall be my people. And walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward, and not forward. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them, yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, This is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord their God, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished, and is cut off from their mouth. Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places. For the Lord hath rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, saith the Lord. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name, to pollute it. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter, for they shall bury in Tophet, till there be no place. And the carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. 34 Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah, and from the streets of Jerusalem, the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. What should this tell us about how important it is to know our Bibles and to understand present truth? And question. 3. Why is faithfulness so important, not just for ourselves but for those for whom our faithfulness witnesses to the character of the Lord, whom we seek to serve? Inside Story. Novel approach to evangelism. And our story today is brought to us by Andrew McChesney, of Adventist Mission. Discouraged about people slamming the door in your face? Worried that the book sent in a mass mailing will end up in the trash? University student Samuel Naumann has a unique way of sharing Seventh-day Adventist literature in Germany, and it appears to be winning hearts. Samuel, together with his father and grandfather, sets up a mobile book booth in city centers and at annual festivals. Then a family member stands a short distance away and hands out gift cards to passers-by. Those who accept a gift card are directed to the booth to choose a free book. The result, the family can provide a personal touch, and the book taker may be more likely to read the book. We have received reactions from people who attend festivals, said Samuel, a 25-year-old Slavonian studies student at the University of Leipzig. Some come back and say, "I took a book last year. It was good, and I want another one." The gift card idea took a circular route to Germany, where the Adventist Church's 35,000 members have struggled to make inroads in a highly secularized country of 83 million people. Samuel's older brother saw a similar book project at an Adventist summer camp in Poland. The Poles, in turn, borrowed the idea from Ukraine. In any case, the Naumann family loved the idea and started making the rounds after securing a trailer to serve as the book booth. Visitors to the booth are asked about their interests as they scan dozens of titles such as Ellen White's The Desire of Ages and The Great Controversy, and health books like Health and Wellness, Secrets That Will Change Your Life by Mark Finley and Peter Landless. The conversations provide a witnessing opportunity, especially when visitors choose a book and inevitably ask whether it really is free, Samuel said. Samuel likes to reply, "You can take the book. It's already been paid for." "Why?" the visitor often asks. "It's like the cross," Samuel says. "Jesus paid the price. You just have to accept. The only thing it will cost is your time to read. That's price you have to pay." Reaction to the books has been largely positive, he said. His father, Stefan, recalled a high school teacher who liked The Great Controversy so much that he asked for 9 extra copies to share with students in his history class. Another time, a European Union politician took a copy of The Great Controversy and read the thick volume in a single night. He returned the next day to ask for a copy for his son, a reporter. Samuel, whose picture appears in the article, was unaware of any baptisms, but he wasn't worried. "I consider this ministry to be the sowing of seeds, and someone else will harvest," he said. This lesson was brought to you by the team at the Advent Band Ministry. Please remember to like our Facebook page, the Advent Band Ministry, and follow us on YouTube, at the Advent Band Ministry. And always remember, "And he that winneth souls, is wise," Proverbs 11:30.